Kyle Loomis, E2C Network. And I pointed this statistic out, I believe, with Kyle, but I've done it a number of times because I think it's fascinating because most college football fans believe the sport to be stagnant in regards to teams' level of play and their status from year to year. But 27 of the 65 Power Five schools either increased by 3 games or more or decreased in wins by 3 or more from one season to another, 2021 to 22. So just don't expect or don't just assume that teams are going to stay the same. Auburn may be ready for a bit of a jump here.
I hope so. And that's the history as we started off our conversation with talking about how quickly Auburn responds after some very rough times. I also don't want Auburn fans to expect that either. I think the precedent is that Gus Malzahn came in and did what he did in a short amount of time. But again, you have to look at the context of that. His guys were there, all the stuff we talked about at the beginning of our conversation. But given the nature of what Auburn's biggest problem was, the offense, the last couple of seasons, and you bring in an offensive guy, and we know there are weapons on this team, it remains a high possibility that type of turnaround, at least offensively, can be there. I'd like to see defensively what we look like first. One of their strong points, maybe not so much the last 2 years, but still was stronger, was the defense. And we've lost a lot of talent like Derek Hall, Colby Wooden, Iku Leota, and plenty others. Now we're also returning a lot of talent there as well. So if the defense can be just a tick better than it was last year, and it really wasn't outstanding, and you get an offense that explodes to heights that it hasn't been the last 2 years, you're right. We could see a humongous jump up in win totals. I'm just very cautious. I know the state of the fragile nature of the Auburn family right now. Just hold on a minute. Let's see. Let's get them out there on the field. Let's see what happens in those first couple games, and then we can make some judgments. So it'll be interesting. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, when I make that statement, Kyle, you're of course on the ground. You're dealing with the real life situation and the personnel and the roster and all that. I'm just from a treetop standpoint looking over college football thinking there are going to be that just statistics prove it over and over. Those jumps and those falls. Where are they? Where are they?
If you were a betting person, Auburn would be a good one to bet on to make that jump up. I would agree with you there, just because of history, because of capability. That alone, that's a good bet. But I don't want to, like I said, I'm nervous getting people's hopes up.
I completely understand that. Kyle Loomis, E2C Network. Check it out. It's right here on YouTube and easy to find. E2C Network. Kyle Loomis stopping by. Kyle, we appreciate the time, sir.
Always thank you for having me on here in War Eagle.